Again, this is sort of December 2013. And then our nanny and domestic worker at home said that she was going to be going away on holiday. And she wasn't sure exactly how long she was going to take or when exactly she'd be back. She kind of gave us like a 4 to 6 week period. And so we tried to find someone who could step in under relatively flexible conditions and, who would be right person, right time, where working in our neighborhood worked for them. And that experience, which was very frustrating at the time when we were also, trying to figure out what we were going to do with our lives for the next few years, that experience was really frustrating. And so was the catalyst for like the idea behind SweepSouth. But also when we interviewed people who would potentially step in, we also realized that the domestic work industry in South Africa was still very, very backwards in terms of just transparency in the industry, fragmentation, how people were treated, how domestic work is perceived. There was like no technology really meaningfully touching the industry. And so through that experience, we decided to build what we thought would be like an Uber for home services. What we're trying to achieve as a business is we are using technology to make it easy for anyone who has skills centered around the home to be able to provide those skills and earn decent rates and work under dignified conditions. And then on the customer side, we want them to be part of this experience of helping people find dignified work while at the same time really enjoying their home space. And so every decision that we make has to go down to that. Is this helping service providers find work in a dignified way and at decent rates? And or is it helping customers really love the experience of using the platform and enjoying their home afterwards? It's easy to say that it works seamlessly and everything beautifully comes down to those few questions. There are lots of things that we've done where we haven't really followed that, and we've overcomplicated things and gone feature crazy and whatever else, and it hasn't really answered that basic question. But yeah, at the heart of it, when it comes to key strategic decisions, certainly that's what it boils down to. And then trying to find a gateway and eventually coming across Peach. It was also really simple. Like what everyone was doing was really simple. And our business we have a lot of repeat customers. We don't want people to be re-entering their details every single time they make a booking. If I make a booking with SweepSouth for every week, I don't want to have to re-enter my card details or my CVV or whatever every single week. No one else got that. That was a key decision for us in wanting to work with you guys. It felt like you also are entrepreneurs and you get the struggle and you're willing to put your neck out there as well and really lobby for us. Whereas I think with other people we spoke to at the time, they didn't even necessarily understand the challenge, let alone like, how do we really try and help you solve this? So that was a big thing for us. And there were a few moments like that where we're trying to do this interesting thing in a different way. Like, how do we crack it? Like, I think a partner who can evolve with you through 6 years of growth and be thousands of times bigger than we were at that point in terms of revenue and how much we process. And I think that's been why we've had this partnership last for so long. I remember, so we used to do our SweepSouth payments through EFT, manual EFT rollers. So we pay out on a weekly basis, and it's now automated, as in if you've worked in the last week, you will just be automatically paid out for whatever hours you've worked out over that last week as a service provider on our platform. But back in 2015, 2016, I would sit on a Saturday, because that's the only day that I had free for the whole day, and manually make EFT payments to 200, 300 people. And then the bank would bomb out halfway through the EFT payments that I'd lined up before I could process a batch. And then I would have to start again. And it would just be absolute hell. And then we moved over to using Peach and working with Peach for the payments. But then we had to recon everything, and that took a long time. So we would get to you guys at 5 to 3 on a Wednesday or whatever our payment day was, and be like, guys, can we still submit our payment? And it was Niyama, Tanya, Millicent. These people would hear from me regularly when things went wrong. But yeah, just like that transition was super interesting.